Sometimes I feel like a mad scientist, and I'll tell you why. I produce a lot of content on LinkedIn, and I try a lot of different things because I'm trying to constantly tweak what I'm putting out in the world and then what is it doing? The cause and effect of the content, right? I split test everything. I try different pictures and different formats in the way that I write posts. In post on LinkedIn, there's 1,300 characters in kind of a normal post. So you have to be succinct in what you're saying, or you can ask a question, or you can write long form or tell a story. I want to know what is the biggest impact that I can have and how many conversations is it starting. So for me, metrics are just everything. I need to know what I'm doing and how it's impacting. So for example, I wrote this post and this coming up in a couple months from now, I'm actually going back to my high school and I'm giving the keynote, right, to everybody. I'm doing the all school assembly. They wanted me to come back and teach them, like, what does it take to be successful? So I wrote this post on LinkedIn and I put my picture up from high school. Champion, what a legend, right? This guy right here one day would grow up to be this. But I wrote and said, hey, I'm thinking about writing, I'm going to do my talk on how what I would tell my high school self to be successful, what I've learned and what can I actually, say to them. So that got quite a bit of engagement. That is 19,273 views, 245 likes, 76 comments from people. It was really, really engaging, but that is just the surface level information. Like, I got a lot of likes, but like I said before, it's not about the reach, it's about the impact. So how do you measure impact? That's in your metrics. So down here where it says 19,273 views, that is a URL. You can click that. So click that link and that'll bring up your stats. So bring up your metrics. Now your metrics are great because on here you can see again, 27,000 views total. This is kind of what it ended up being. Here's all the people from different companies. 50 people from Drift, HubSpot, Yelp, Salesforce, Showpad, Google, LinkedIn, Digital Marketer, Amazon, and it shows you the number of people at that organization who engage with that piece of content. That's very important because who are these businesses, right? These people right here might as well be a list of our strategic partners at Digital Marketer. This is fantastic. If I saw this, I would be like, yes. I'm literally putting all this thought leadership and this post is reaching the right companies. That is very important. Now, if you would see companies on here that you're not really sure of, or if you're like, I don't know what Showpad is, or maybe it has like a pet cleaning service or something totally irrelevant to what you do and what you're talking about, then you need to actually go back and tweak your content, or don't replicate this content and think of another way to get more of those companies you want to see to show up in your metrics. The next thing is over here about people. So this is great. What are the people's job titles that are engaging with your content? That's so important, right? We at Digital Marketer speak to marketing and salespeople or leaders or some of those aspects of business, specifically marketing. But if I'm out here and I'm talking about my core competencies as a salesperson or marketer, as a people leader, I want to make sure that that's the titles that I'm starting to engage with. So here we go. Marketing specialist, 1,039. Founder, executive director, business strategist, business owner, operations specialist, software developer. Now there are a couple on there that are kind of close, but not quite perfect. But I would look at this and go, yes, these are the people. I want to speak to peers. I want to speak to prospective business owners. I want to speak to prospective buyers and clients. I want to speak to other people who can learn from me, right? That feel that what I'm putting out in the world is valuable. So I would look at that list. Now, again, if I would see something on here that didn't match up, I would make sure that I'm going back to the content and thinking about ways that these particular people I want to see, because that's a really good start for you to go out and be like, this is the avatar, this is the client profile or the end user that I would ideally like to get in front of. And then they should show up in these metrics, in this list. And the last thing over here is people viewed your post, and this is the geography. I love looking at this. 645 million people, 200 countries. Like, you're going to have a global reach on this platform. You're going to have conversations from people way outside your backyard. And this is going to show you how. So people that looked at this content right here, check it out. Boston, San Francisco, Austin, our hometown. All right. Greater Chicago, Montreal, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Buffalo, and the list goes on and on and on. Now, I like it because this is totally localized, right? But it doesn't give you the international reach. So I'm looking at this piece of content being like, I know there's 200 countries on here. What's going on? Why aren't there more people engaging? Oh, maybe because I'm writing a localized piece of content about my high school in Ohio, right? Like, maybe people don't know, they don't say high school in other parts. Maybe they say secondary school. Maybe they don't call it that at all. And so when we start thinking about this is a really good metric sheet for me to go, these are the businesses that I want reading. These are the types of people that I want to read it. And this is where it's impactful and where the greater geography is going. And these are all targeted areas where we do business. So I'm super happy. This would be a really great piece. Now, here's a couple extra things for you. Now, on a shared piece of content like this, okay, so if I actually go out there and say, oh, Justin, who's the vice president of marketing at LinkedIn, if I said, hey, he did an interview with me and I'm going to share his instead of making it for my post, you actually won't have any metrics here. You won't see those metrics because that's not your piece of content. Just something to keep in mind really quick because you don't own that piece of content and it's really important if you share it. Now, I'll give you one more example of kind of like how to use these metrics and how I've used them. Now, this is a very long post, as you can see, okay? I wrote this post at the beginning of the year and I said, hey, I really want to actually start out the new year not focusing on myself. How can I help you? By the way, here's all the things I think I'm good at. And if there's anything I can do, let's schedule a meeting. I got 57 meetings from this, by the way, by focusing on other people. And a lot of those meetings have been with people that I've been wanting to talk to for a long time. And I got 30 minutes with them to help them, to hear their goals, how I can help them move faster. And there's so many opportunities that came out of that. But that's besides the point. But that's a really good tactic if you ever want to try it. 27,000 views. When you click on those views again, it opens up into your metrics. And in this case, it was really great. It's like, okay, HubSpot, Deloitte, Digital Marketer, EY, Keep, Google, Speedway, LLC, Drift. I kind of started to see some businesses in here that we don't do business with. But I also saw some new names, which is kind of exciting. Well, if these people from Deloitte or these people from Speedway, LLC are reading about this, what am I maybe not understanding? Maybe there's an opportunity. Maybe there's a business opportunity or a partnership opportunity. So sometimes this can lead you into start maybe recreating more of this content because you're starting to see some exciting names show up in the business section. Now, again, you've got marketing specialist, founder, executive, business strategist. This is all very much the same. So I'm on par here. And then when I get over to the geography, it's pretty much all the same that I said before. Los Angeles, Phoenix, it's all localized information. But those are all really important checks and balances as metrics should be. And then here's the thing, the key to actually knowing your metrics is not just looking at them, it's responding to them. It's literally looking at it and taking action. That is how you know that metrics are really great because you're going to look at it and then you're going to go back. You're either going to recreate and double down, you're going to make adjustments, or you're just going to go right back to the drawing board and try and figure out the best ways for you to create content that gets you in front of the right people and the right businesses.